Hi, my name is Pedro Flores, and I'm here with Kevin Telles and Stephanie Zaragoza. Today we're here to talk about La Poblanita Mexican restaurant. La Poblanita Mexican restaurant was established back in 2001 by a family who immigrated from the state of Puebla, Mexico, to the U.S. back in the 90s. The restaurant, now owned by Miguel Rojas, has been passed down from owner to owner many different times. But the Mexican food, authenticity, and flavor, the family atmosphere, and the welcoming environment of its owners and staff has survived. And that is what has kept this small and cozy place up and running smoothly until the present day. Um, as far as the internals, although competition is controlled by the city, they have to always be careful and watchful about what other Mexican restaurants are doing and make sure that they follow suit, because if they don't, they might lose their competitive edge. And that's something that they cannot um, potentially do, because it could hurt their business. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Stephanie Zaragoza for here.
All right, I'll be talking about the situation analysis. I'm going to go into external factors, their customers, and the external factors. So internal factors are that they are a fast food service. They sell authentic Mexican food. Their food is made from scratch and they cook it in front of you. And they also gained their business. It was already in business. They just took over it, so they didn't have to spend money on creating it and buying the appliances. And then their customers are from various ages and ethnicities, so they don't just cater to Mexicans, they cater to other ethnicities such as Caucasian, Asian. And then some external factors are the location, competitors, and policies. Negative about location is that they're located in a corner and it's very small and it's hidden, so you have to know that it's there in order to go there. And then also a positive that they have is that they're in between residential area and the industrial area, so they get many people from work or going to school. And then some of their competitors are Chipotle, Taco Bell. They have some family members that also own restaurants that are around the area. And they're located in other parts that are easy accessible. And then policies, he did mention that Pomona has strict policies on how you can open a restaurant and how it has to be. And then also the location where they're at has small parking, and the actual restaurant is also small, probably sits around 20 people. So next we'll be going into the SWOT analysis.
And the authenticity of the food, their family atmosphere, and again, their welcoming environment is what differentiates them from other Mexican restaurants. They also price themselves competitively and always try to give the best value for their customers' money. It is always or a way of saying thanks to their patronage. Miguel also told us something that was very important to us. He said that the city controlled the competition. In other words, the city does not allow too many merchants selling the same product in a concentrated location. In this way, he feels that he is protected, knowing that he will not have, or he will always have, rather, his fair share of the market for his business. As far as weaknesses, the big downturn of the business is that there are no public bathrooms. The parking space is very limited. There's no alcohol services. The place is very small, with only 4 or 5 tables that could seat anywhere from 12 to 15 people at a time. When it gets crowded, people would not be able to, or would not even think about going by. As far as the opportunities, Miguel Rojas told us in the meeting that right now he was kind of laying low, trying to survive. The opportunities to expand were very good as long as Donald Trump was not in the White House. On the other hand, he told us that he was very optimistic that Donald Trump was not going to last in the White House, and that if that happened, he was planning to expand into other cities, especially cities that he considered good markets, for the restaurant business, given the fact that there was very little or no competition around the area. As far as threats go, he mentioned that with the presidency of Donald Trump again, he was unsure of his survival. He mentioned that many of his customers were from Mexico and that the majority of them were undocumented and were thinking about going back to Mexico for 4 years or until Trump was removed from the White House. He also said that to be able to hire decent quality employees was going to be very challenging because of the fact that the labor force was going to be greatly reduced with the strict policies of Donald Trump or what he's enacting. From here, I'm going to pass it on to Kevin again, and he's going to go from there.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the marketing strategy and the marketing mix. For the primary target market, he attracts generally all types of customers. He did mention specifically that he gets a lot of Asian customers, and he noticed that the Asians that would come would spread a lot of positive word about his business through word of mouth. So a lot of friends and relatives of Asians would come, and when he would ask them where they came from, well, they would say like the names of clients that he already knew. He estimates the age group of his customers to be around 35 to 50, which is definitely a more mature audience, including a lot of families around the area and then a lot of workers who have been working in the companies nearby for a while now. Companies like Edison place a lot of phone orders for pickup, and he's created a really good relationship with various companies that are located near the restaurant. As for the product, he prides himself in that it's all fresh products, and he creates everything from scratch there. He sells a lot of various types of Mexican food, including burritos, tacos, quesadillas, and he sometimes offers seasonal items like tamales during Christmas time, which is very popular for Mexican guests, but even then for other ethnicities as well. As for the price, he takes into account the cost of the product ingredients, the cost of labor, the cost of rent and utilities, and then increases the total cost by 35% to come up with the final price that he's going to sell his product at. For the distribution and supply chain strategy, Miguel works with various distributors, although when he couldn't remember the names of any specifically. But he did give us information regarding what he does. So, especially now with the economy, with Donald Trump and a lot of the setbacks that his business is going through, they're not necessarily in a great financial position, so they can't afford the best quality product. But what he does is he personally goes himself to negotiate prices with distributors to try to get the most bang for his buck. In other words, he tries to obtain the best product that his money can afford, or sometimes work deals with certain distributors and earn himself some sort of loyalty discount with them for continuously going and buying from them. As for their promotion strategy, Miguel just started using social media and stuff like Yelp and Facebook to promote his business, but this is like something fairly new that he just started doing, and for the most part in the past, his business has mostly been popular due to word of mouth and just people spreading the word about how good the food is or how they enjoy the very fast service that he has, which is something that we noted might have been a very good competitive advantage he has, is that the food is brought to you within minutes of ordering, and you don't even have to pay at all first. You just order, and then you sit down, and then the food is brought to you, and then you can pay once you're done eating, which is something very unique to this restaurant. For public relations, he does a lot of catering for Little League games, football games. He's done catering for the fire department, the sheriff's department, the city hall, And he's also done some work with the nearby church and various churches. And this creates a very good public image, especially with little kids, with families, with religious people, and the city, obviously. But apart from it being a very good public image and having a good rapport with the public, it also serves as a good promotional strategy because it just helps spread the word of their business more and more throughout different parts of the city where he's catering or helping with events and stuff like that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword that helps him in various ways.
So now we're going to get to the consultation or some ways that we believe he can better his business. So the first one would be to get more involved with social media. Even though he is on Facebook and Yelp is mostly reviews, so it's not really him putting his word out there. And he barely started using Facebook. And he could also use Instagram and Twitter, which are also and try to aim at younger audience instead of just the people that he already gets that are like 35 to 50. He could also make his bathroom more accessible, and then he could adapt to customers' wants. We did ask him if he's adapted. He says he hasn't because it would be too tedious, and then that it wouldn't hit. So we think that he could, like for example, he does tamales for Christmas. He could he could try out a dish and see if it works or not, but he doesn't even try it. So we believe that's something that he could do. He could also create events where he could gain new customers, like for example, Taco Tuesday, or if like you bring in your student ID, maybe you could give like discounts. We also think that he could pass out flyers so that people around the area know of his restaurant, since it is in such a secluded area. And this is us with the owner of the restaurant. And then in the background, you can see his menu. He does have a variety. He sells tortas, tacos, burritos, some seafood, and he has a variety of drinks as well.
So with that, we're gonna end our presentation. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. We thank you very much for your time and attention, and you guys have a good day.